What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Today's video is a donation request. This is for Christopher. This is the band CAMEL. The song is Lady Fantasy from their 1974 album Mirage, their second album. We're gonna check this out. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos. Check it out. If you like the channel, you want to support the channel, you can hit super thanks underneath this video. You can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon wishlist, mailing address, and I do donation requests just like this one. So if there's something you want me to watch, listen to, talk about, hit me direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo in the notes section. Leave a link, leave a description. Let me know what you want the video to be on, and I'll make the video. You can also email me at jpanreadsemail@gmail.com. Thank you guys. Alright, so I've never heard of this band before. CAMEL. English progressive rock, 14 albums, numerous live albums. Band gained a cult following in the 70s with albums such as Mirage, which we're doing, and The Snow Goose, which is, I guess, their next one. They moved into a jazzier, more commercial direction in the early 80s, but then went on an extended hiatus. Since 1991, the band has been independent, releasing albums on their own label. Okay, wow, so they're still around doing their stuff. Interesting. Okay, so they've been described as a symphonic prog rock band, predominantly instrumental. Oh, okay. CAMEL's music combines elements from rock, pop, jazz, blues, folk, classical, electronica. Though they are not from Canterbury, they have long been associated with the Canterbury scene due to their many historical connections with Caravan and other Canterbury progressive rock musicians. I don't know. None of that. CAMEL have been acknowledged as one of the principal influences on the neo-progressive rock subgenre, which emerged in the 80s and produced Marillion. I've heard of Marillion, I don't know them. As its most successful band, former Marillion lead singer Fish said his first impression of the band, "I thought they were a lot like CAMEL." A tribute band, The Humps, in Israel, routinely performed some of the band's material. That's funny. In 2010, the French progressive rock band Mirage, named after the title of CAMEL's second album, included CAMEL songs among a set of Yes, Jethro Tull, and King Crimson pieces. Michael Ackerfeld of Opeth has cited CAMEL to be an influence for the song Hesian Peel, and previously joked on the Lamentations DVD that material from their Damnation album was a ripoff of CAMEL. Interesting. Stephen Wilson of Porcupine Tree has cited CAMEL as an influence. In a 2013 interview, he expressed his interest to remix the classic CAMEL albums. Latimer later in 2013 replied positively to Wilson's interest. Wow. Wow, I've not heard these guys. Wow. Okay, and this is Mirage, their second album, right? Oh, they did a song about Lord of the Rings. Oh, Jesus. These freaking bands. Okay. Creation. Game Records was looking for an outlet for their projects and quickly signed a long-term deal with... Gamma Records. Sorry, Gamma Records. Okay. Let's check this out. This is going to be something, apparently. I don't know what I'm going to hear. What this is going to be like, aside from probably progressive and maybe instrumental. Sounds like they did a lot of instrumental, so we're going to check this out. CAMEL, Lady Fantasy. Let's do it. Bam.
are about to unfold.
Got vocals on this.
Concerning the lady I've seen, but I never can hold. I can see by your smile, take a long while. The words that come through, I see that they're true. For she reminds me of you. Don't misunderstand me, it's not always easy to say. The words in your head and your heart that you just can't explain. I can see clearly your face in the sky, moon's in your eye, you're passing me by. Well, tell me the reason why.
The next part. Last section, I guess. Pretty cut and easy to know when it happens, right? Cool. I like the album cover. It they're like progressive. It's kind of like a jam band to me. Like it kind of comes off like jammy, right? I mean, just especially obviously that whole end, really just jammy. It's cool. It's cool. It's not like I'm not like, oh wow, this is like, I don't know. It's not, didn't like blow me away or anything like that. I didn't think the singing was like, anything incredible or whatever. It was more about the playing, I think, and just like the jamminess. Yeah, this is more, I guess I wouldn't have said, I mean, I guess progressive, but I probably would have just thought this is like a jam band. This is really jammy, which is fine. I thought it was alright. I thought it was cool. I thought everything sounded good. I like the keys and the guitar together and how they like go off of each other and change what they're doing for different sections and kind of swap parts kind of, in terms of roles, I guess I should say, swap roles. I thought it was fine. I thought it was alright. It was okay. It was alright. It didn't like blow me away or anything like that. I think I mentioned this before. Sometimes I feel like I just need to hear like the whole album. Sometimes unless, unless it's that conversation again. Like there are times where it's like, okay, some song will really get you, but like, I don't know. When I was studying and working on music and, just always listening to music, I just always listened to albums. I didn't listen to singles or just like individual tracks. Sometimes I would, but not. Sometimes I would, but not. No, I would listen to albums. And I remember being at college, and it was a clinic that was given by what is her name? I want to say it's Maria Schneider. Is that her name? Yeah, Maria Schneider. Maria Schneider Orchestra, Jazz Orchestra. I remember she was giving a clinic, and she asked how many people still like listen to whole records, and I raised my hand because I listen to whole records. But her point was, people aren't listening to whole records anymore. Like they're not listening to whole. It's not about that, People, just doing that, and I'm like, yeah, I still do. I like whole records. I like listening to whole records because then you get the whole entire thing. Like the band made the whole record, especially, we're not talking newer. This is not a newer album. This is an older album, right? So like, especially back then, it's like they're making the whole record. To get the whole thing, you gotta listen to the whole record. And there would be songs within that, obviously, that you're gonna like more than others and all that, but I don't know. I like listening to whole records, and I also like to know who's in the band, like who's in the bands, and that's a whole other thing. I remember going to a clinic at Berkeley. I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was some music business type clinic, so I don't know who it was, but I remember what building it was in and the room and all that, and they were talking about, I forget exactly what they were talking about, but it was something about like credits and how that, because like on Spotify, do they have credits on Spotify now? Did they start doing that like a while back? I don't remember. I know that was like a talk or whatever, but most people aren't seeing credits nowadays because that would be on the back of an album or in a CD book or whatever. But I would go to like allmusic.com and find the album and see who's on, see who's credited, all that. Because to me, that's like one of those things where, and just being into records and being into studio musicians and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, I want to know, because then whenever I see some album that I don't know the album, but I look at who's playing on it and I'm like, oh shit, yep, I'm going to pick this. Yeah, I'll try this. This might be really good. It at least has good musicians on it. I know that. Anyways, sorry, off topic. CAMEL, Lady Fantasy. It was alright. Didn't blow me away. It was kind of, I would say it's more like a jam band, but I've only heard this song. I've never heard anything else from them. So maybe this is more of an album to do type of thing. Anyways, pretty cool. All right. Awesome. Thank you guys. Catch you in the next video.